Alright. Yes, the lighting looks okay. Alright guys, first of all, welcome back to the second channel. This is the first time I'm recording in the living room for the second channel, and the thing is, this is the first day of the new year, 2023, and I have my second channel journal right here, and we're going to be recording 7 videos back to back to back to back. Let's get started. This video is going to be arguably the most important video I've ever made when it comes to my life, as well as I need your guys' opinion when it comes to this, because it's like an issue that I want to discuss with you guys. And it's going to be probably the realest video I've ever made, and it's going to be pretty long, to be honest. So let's get started. So first of all, I want to start with the sentence, you become successful when you don't have other options. So, if you watch my channel, if you take my advice like at all, which I don't try to give much advice because I don't know much, I'm just an 18-year-old, 19-year-old now, who is just trying to become successful on his journey, and, but there are some advice that I give, and it's that you should be setting yourself goals every single year, right? That's what you do. If you watch this channel, especially the second channel, you are already someone who sets himself goals, or herself goals. So, think about the main goal that you set for yourself in 2023. Maybe it's a goal when it comes to your academics, you want to get into the top school that you want. Maybe it's like a goal when it comes to entrepreneurship, you're building a business and you want to become like really successful, you know, make like X amount of dollars a month. And when you think about that goal, probably it's like there is a 25-30% chance that you will be able to achieve that goal. It's like, it's probably not 100%, right? If it's like 90%, 100%, then you probably set the goal wrong. Because your dream goal should be already something that's like really hard to achieve if you work really hard, if everything goes correctly, if you actually if you actually like work your ass off, then you'll probably achieve that goal. That's the dream goal. There's probably a 20-25%, 30% chance that you will achieve that goal. But if someone held a gun to everyone that you loved head, like your mom, your parents, your family, your friends, the girl that you like, or if you're a girl like the boy you like, whatever, and said, I'm gonna kill all these people if you do not achieve your goal in the next 12 months. If that goal was to get into that school that you always wanted to get into, or get that GPA, or build that business and become that successful, like, we're gonna kill everyone that you love, unless you achieve your goal. Then the game would be a whole different story, right? Then you will 100% achieve your goal, unless you set yourself a goal of that's like technically impossible. You're like broke, living in like in a weird country, in a weird like town, and you told yourself, I'm gonna become like a billionaire. And even though you probably will work your ass off so that these people will not get killed, you'll probably, unless you achieve that, everyone will get killed. So whatever. So the thing is, the reason why did I went like Tate, bro? So the reason why you achieve that goal when a gun is held to everyone's head is because you don't have any other option. The other option is not achieving that goal, and everyone will die, and that's not acceptable. So the other option will be the doable one. So you will work your ass off, and you will not make excuses. If your goal was to wake up at 4 a.m. every single day, you will wake up at 4 a.m. every single day, and there will be days where you go to sleep at 2 a.m. and you will still wake up at 4 a.m. every single day because you don't want anyone to get killed, right? And that happens when you don't have any other option but to actually do that thing. You have to do that. You have to do whatever it is that you want to achieve that, so that you can achieve that goal. It's not like you will get to do that. It's not like you can do that. It's not like you might do that. You have to do that, basically. And what I realized from like the students I've seen in my school was that there are some students, like half of the students are from dormitory, so they're actually, their parents are living in different parts of Turkey, and then those students will like basically get the chance to study in the school, and they will like move out from their parents' houses at the age of like 14, 15, and come to the school and stay at the dormitory for 4 or 5 years, and just live there with other students, right? That's a dormitory. And there are the 50% of other students, which I am in one of those students. They don't stay out of the dormitory. They already live in Istanbul, so they will easily be able to like just transport to school every single morning, every single evening. And what I've realized, what I can easily realize is that, especially after a few years, the students who have stayed in the dormitory are much more mature and much more technically capable in life than other students who live at their parents' houses. And I'm kind of sick. It's not something that you see easily in the beginning of the school. Like, it's not like you see in the preparatory class. You don't really see that easily. But after a few years, it becomes really visible. The students who live in, like, the dormitory, they can manage money. They can probably travel inside of Turkey, inside of, like, Istanbul much easily, and they know how shit works. But students, they have to do their chores, they have to go to bed at the same, like at the standard time, they have to wake up at a standard time, they have their meals planned, like it's a disciplined lifestyle mostly. And the students who live in their like parents' houses like me, mostly like your parents, you don't pay any rent, like you don't do any chores really at home. Like in Turkey, it's this thing where I know that, for example, in like a good part of the Europe as well as like England as well, I don't know about the US much, probably, you basically move out of your parents' house at like 18, 19. And it's like expected for you to do that. It's expected for you to make money at that age. But in Turkey, we have this thing where if you don't really get married, like if you don't really get married until like let's say 25, and you don't study abroad, then you're not really expected to get out of your parents' house. It's like the easy thing. You live in your parents' house. Like, for example, I have cousins, and like they're technically studying in Istanbul, and they're studying in Istanbul. Their parents like live in Istanbul, and the thought of like, oh, I can like move out, I can take my own place, like that doesn't cross people's minds. And that just does not happen. It's not like a cultural thing. It happens when you like study abroad. If you're living in like a city and then you have to study in Istanbul, then you basically move out, right? But except that, and except if you're getting married, you don't really move out of your parents' house. And I technically currently know no one my age, like 18, 19, 20, that actually moved out of their parents' house that is living with their financial capabilities. Of course, like people who move abroad to, for example, Istanbul to study here in the big city in Turkey, they basically get money from their parents. Like, that's the lifestyle. Also, the students who are living in dormitory in our school, they also get money from their parents. Because none of them like actually work, none of them like do any or businesses, none of them build businesses, none of them are like entrepreneurs. I know some like trade crypto, but they lose all the time, so dumbasses. But that's the norm. The norm is to, until you move out, until you like get after university, until you get a job, you basically get money from your parents. And when I look at my life, I'm technically not in the norm, because I am 19 and I've been making money since 16. And one thing that I'm incredibly proud of in my entire life is that I have never gotten any pocket money from my dad after the age of like 15, 16. The moment I started YouTube, the moment I started like making a little bit of money, I just completely stopped getting my money from my parents, which like you would as well. But that's like something that I'm really proud of, because I look at my friends, I look at people who are like 23, 24, studying in uni, and they're like men, right? Men, boys, to be honest. They're like calling their dad money, Dad, I need some money, I have to pay this, I have to get the books. He doesn't have his money. He doesn't work. Maybe he works like part-time, but still gets money from his dad. So, the thing is, fuck the norm. Fuck the norm. I want to live outside of the system. I want to live like outside of the norm. And I feel like a man becomes a man the moment he stands up on his like own legs. And when I'm basically talking about this when it comes to like financial stability. So personally, like I'm gonna go into some detail when it comes to my life right here. I make a little bit of money when it comes to YouTube. I have some sponsorships here and there. I have like some courses that I put out on Skillshare. I have like the AdSense like on YouTube, but I don't think I can like disclose all the money I'm making, like for example on Skillshare or like the sponsorships. But like it's not much. And especially if you were thinking like, oh, you'll live in like Germany, or you live in like US, it's like pocket money basically. And technically, I have comfort here. As someone who lives in Turkey, which like $1 basically equals like 20 Turkish liras, I can comfortably live like this and then go into college, go into university, make my money whilst like getting money from my dad and live like that for 4 or 5 years, like this year and then 3-4 years for university. And when it comes to this year, for example, I will have comforts. In my house, it's like a traditional Turkish house where you're not really expected to do really much chores. You'll do like some small things like just set the table up, sometimes like do the dishes, and like you don't do much. I don't do much when it comes to like house. I don't have like any chores that I do at my house. Like take the trash out, like these small things, right? Everyone does them. But I don't really have a role at my house, if that makes sense. It's like I don't pay rent. I don't do anything. Like I could literally tell my mom, can you prepare me like chicken and rice, because I have to like bring that to school tomorrow. Like I might like lose some calories, lose some protein. I'll have like a lunch outside, and then I'll like just eat my protein from my like chicken and rice, because like I need to get the calories in. My mom will do that for me. Like it's comfort. Living in this house is comfort. My parents were sitting at this room, and I told them like, would you be able to like just go into your room? I want to like record some videos. They're like, oh, no problem. They're really nice people, and I have comfort at this house. And I feel like a little bitch having comfort at my house. Because when I look at my life, I haven't actually struggled a lot. Like, I definitely, when I was like studying for the LGS exams, I was like studying 14 hour days as a 14-year-old little guy, and that was like definitely hard. And then I built this channel whilst other people were like partying, enjoying the high school life, enjoying the parties, enjoying the drinking. I did this. Technically, it's a struggle, but when I look at really successful people like Andrew Tate, like for example, these type of guys, they struggled a lot. They have this story, for example, Andrew Tate has a story, oh, we ate this thing called flavor. The reason why we called it flavor was because it wasn't flavorful. Like, they can explain these type of stories. And I have never personally struggled that much in my life. My parents are both teachers, and we are like an average family. We're not rich, we're not poor. And when you're living at your dad's house, when you don't pay rent, you don't pay anything, all the money that you make from like also from all the money that I make from my brand is like just pocket money. Just I can spend anywhere that I want. I'll just hang out with my girlfriend, do all that, do like just go on vacations. That's what I've done this year because I have comfort. I don't have to pay any bills. But the thing is, as a young man, if you want to improve, if you want to like grow, you need to struggle. You need to struggle. Personally, I currently do not have the finances to go up and rent an apartment and live there by myself. I basically, what I've made, I just made a calculation. I basically need to like triple or like double the income that I have right now. I don't want to talk about money that much because like it feels weird to talk about money, but I want to break that stigma in the future as well. But I basically need to like triple my income if I want to like rent an apartment and rent an okay apartment, to be honest, because I'm gonna be like vlogging in it. I don't want it to be like shit, right? But personally, the idea of struggle feels interesting, bro, and that's what's supposed to feel like. The idea of struggle shouldn't feel like bad. It needs to feel exciting. So I sat down today. Today is Sunday, and it's like the first day of the year, so I had like some break time from my work. What I did was I sat down and I researched some stuff, and I looked at like the prices of like refrigerators, the prices of like chairs, and everything that you use basically in your house. And what I calculated was I probably need 70, 80, 90, or maximum like 100,000 Turkish liras to move into to move into a place and like buy all the shit that I need. It's like 100,000 Turkish liras maximum. If I go like, all right, I just want to like have a nice house. And with that, I probably need like a 20, 25, 30,000 like retainer every single month, liras. And that's like the economy in Turkey. Like if I make 30,000 and just live by myself, that's okay. That's pretty good. At least like not bad. That's like more than a teacher's salary, but I live by myself. So that's the thing. I have to push myself now if I want to do that. And I want to basically, like, the scariest thing that I have in my hand right now is that in 1.5 months, in February, I will have my big exams, abiturs, and I'm going to be studying, like, I am studying my ass off for them, and I want to, like, get really good grades in them, and that's how I will get to a top-level uni in the whole world. And then I'll take a gap year. 1 year of doing YouTube and making this shit happen. And the scariest thing that I have in my mind is that if I don't move out, if I live in my parents' house, then my 2023 will be a little better than 2022. Look, my friend, this video has incredible lessons inside of it. I think you should like write some notes, bro. And you don't have to write about like he's gonna move out. No. Sit down and see how I'm thinking, because the thing that I'm gonna say right now is actually really, really important. It's been 13 minutes, really well, my friend. I am scared of 2023 being a little better than 2022. If I don't push myself outside of my comfort zone and get to a survival state, I'll probably at the end of the year, at the end of 2023, I'll be probably someone who makes a little bit of more money. I'll probably like look a little better because I like build more muscle, a little more muscle. Not much, like I didn't do crazy progress, I'll just make a little more progress. I'll probably fight a little better. I'll probably be a little more knowledgeable person. I'll probably be like a guy who has a little more subs on YouTube. But I won't completely change my life around. And I feel like 2023 should be the year where I completely change my life around because it's my only choice. If I make my shit happen in 2023, if I blow up the YouTube channel, if I start making a really good amount of income to live in Turkey, then I will make my brand, my YouTube, my full-time job. I'll still go uni, I'll still go to like a top-level high school, top-level university, and like study something the rest are really nice, but I will make this shit happen. And if I don't, then I'll be stuck in the rat race forever. That's my like fear, and this fear basically comes from the this fear basically comes from the experience I had over the last couple of years. My 2020 was okay. 2021 was a little better. 2022 was a little better. I'm getting better, but it's not like insane. It's like just I do sometimes good work. I do sometimes like half of the year is shit. Half of the year I'm not doing much, and half of the year I'm doing good stuff. I'm doing like making videos, doing all that. That's why at the end of the year, because of the fact that most people are not doing anything, I'll look like I'm doing well. And that's not what I want in 2023. I want to crush my goals in 2023. I want the 2023 to be the year where I completely change my life around. At the end of 2023, I want to sit down and say, bro, I built my YouTube channel to 100K. I'm making this amount of money, which is an insane amount of money to be making at 19 years old, especially like living in Turkey. Nobody makes that amount of money. I built this body. I built this like physique. Well, my physique is going well. I've been fighting professionally for like a few months. I've been like training boxing really heavily, and I got really good grades when it comes to my school. I crushed Abiturs and got insane grades. Maybe not insane grades, but got really good grades, and I can like get to top level like universities in the whole world. That's what I want to say. But for me to be able to say that, I need to struggle. I can't wake up at like 9, 10 a.m. in the morning. Like, if I stay at my parents' house, if I don't have that survival instinct where I have to make money to survive literally, because I'm going to be renting my place, and I have to go back to my parents' house and say, yeah, I couldn't do that. I just didn't have the abilities to do so. I can't say that, bro. And I told my mom, like, it was like a joke. Mom, I'm going to be moving out like in a few months. I just wanted to see her reaction. And she was like, nah, you can't do that. And the way she said that was not like, oh, we're not allowing you to do that. She was like, yeah, go ahead and try. In my head, it sounded like this. Yeah, go ahead and try. I don't think you can. Like, you probably will be able to do that in a few years, but not in a few months. You probably can't do that. Like, you don't have the financial abilities. You just can't do that. You don't have the ability to do that. And that bugged me, bro. Because think about that. Your mom, who is the person who's supposed to like care for you, who's supposed to like do all that shit, which my mom is an amazing mom. I love my mom, bro. She's awesome. She's the best. But she doesn't see me as someone who actually can do this. And I want to show her that I can do this. In the beginning, they'll probably be like, oh, we don't want you to move out. We don't want you to struggle that much. But at the end of like 1 year, at the end of like a couple of months, when they see that I'm doing well, they'll be insanely proud. And I currently do not know anyone in my life that rents, like, you probably know, because if you like you live in England, you live in like US, you live in like countries like this where it is normal to like get out of your parents' house, like move out at the age of like 18, 19, you rent your own place, you have to get a job and stuff like that. But in Turkey it doesn't work like that, bro. It's like everyone lives with their parents, and when I'm gonna tell my plans to my cousins who are like my age, they're gonna be like, bro, why the fuck would you do that? That are like kind of like rich, and they'll be like, why would you do that? Like, you can just get your like laundry done by your mom, you can get your dishes done by your mom, you don't have to cook meals, everything is gonna be done by your mom. You can just do your YouTube thing. You will have more time and more potential to achieve that. I'm like, bro, it doesn't work like that. I want to struggle. I want to be 19, renting my own place, trying to make this happen. And if it doesn't happen, okay, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Okay, I get that. But if I don't put myself into a survival mode, I don't think I'll be really successful at the end of 2023. I don't think I'll be able to blow up my YouTube. I don't think I'll be able to get to a point where I'm making good amount of money from my brand or online. Because that's my goal. That's what I want to achieve in 2023. And if I don't put myself into a survival mode, I'll probably not achieve that. And for that, I want to rent out an apartment. So here is how my plan for 2023 is going to look like. 1.5 months until the 15th of February. I have my exams from like the 7th of February to the 15th of February. I have my incredibly important exams, and I'm going to be mostly focused on academia. I'm going to be studying 4, 5, 6 hours a day, every single day, like probably school plus a few hours of studying, and going to be focused on that, getting my like sleep, getting that done, getting my workouts done, and uploading like normal, consistent videos onto YouTube. And then when the moment of my exams are over on the 15th of February, I'm going to start going all in business, bro. Going all in business. Whatever it takes. However, well, like, if I have to build an SMA business, I don't know. If I have to build a coaching business, if I have to start one-on-one coaching, like do all that, I don't know what the fuck to do. But I will go 100% all in business. That's how I probably will be able to make that money. I don't have to make like $10,000 a month to be able to do this. Especially living in Turkey, you don't have to make $10,000 to do this, a month to do this. But I need to get to a level where I'm making good amount of money consistently so that I can make this happen. And I feel like if I can move out, like I'm planning to move out in April or like May. I don't know. By the way, like it's gonna be a thing to find an apartment. Like we're gonna talk about that, all that too. And also, I think it's gonna be a good story for me to be able to explain 5 years from now, instead of being the guy who just was in his parents' house and didn't really achieve anything. He was just, I don't even do my own laundry, bro. It's like I have a couple of like chores that I do at home. I set the table, I like do some small chores, but it's like I don't even do anything at the house. And that bugs me. I feel like a little bitch. And as a man, I think you're supposed to feel like a little bitch if you're not actually standing on your own feet. I might sound crazy. I might sound crazy, especially to like normal people. Like if I gave this same speech at my class at 30 people who are technically academically really successful, they would think that I'm a dumbass. Probably. Why? Because they love comfort. They love comfort. They're not making any money. They're just getting pocket money from their dads. I haven't gotten a single dollar, a single lira from my dad. 3 years, bro. 3 years. And I'm proud of it. And the thing is, I feel like it's technically a cool thing because when I was talking to my like girlfriend, she was like really, oh, like, how? 3 years, like since 15, 16? How the fuck did you do that? I was like, yeah, I make money on YouTube. So like, what were you expecting? She was like, okay, I know you make money on YouTube, but it's like, how? I explained to her. So, that's the thing. I want to move out at my parents' house and make it my own. Even though I'm like 19, even though technically it makes technically more sense to be able for me to stay here, but I have something to prove to myself. If that makes sense. I would love your opinion when it comes to this, definitely. I want to put myself into a position where I have no other choice but succeed. That's the thing. I want to put myself into a position where I have no other choice but to actually make this on my own. And I feel like, even though my parents are going to hate me for it in the beginning, they'll be insanely proud in the end. So that's going to be like a 20-minute video, right? 22-minute video. I would love for your opinion. I would love to hear your opinion, bro, in the comment section. And as you know, in the second channel, or as well as the first channel, I answer all my comments, bro. I love you. I support you. Keep crushing it. And I'll see you in the next one. And you know that I upload every single day on this channel. So stay tuned for today's and tomorrow's video. Let's go, bro. Let me a small sip. Gosh, that's cold. Oh, all right.